part of the beautiful county of Marin in California, north of the San Francisco Bay Area. We wanted to determine whether the best website in the world, koalastothe.max.com, was entirely random in what koala it gave you. Now there are 4 koalas. There's Steve, Derpy Baby, Creepy, and Evil Panda. And we wanted to find out why we got one over and over and over and yet never saw others. Like, I never got to see Steve. I love Steve. There's someone in the background of my video. Hello, guy with his dog. The point of the project, though, wasn't about koalas or, well, it kind of was about koalas. We had a lot of fun that night, and it launched a bunch of different things. For one, it heightened our koala obsession, which was already pretty amazing to begin with. It created a bunch of emojis, lots of inside jokes, as well as a couple of quote documents. But more importantly, it brought our community together. It proved that projects don't always have to be meaningful, to be fun, and to matter to people.
Hello everyone, it's Andrew Dante on Discord. It's a lovely, sunny, clear spring day, although it is very cold. I am right now on a bicycle track near the outskirts of my hometown of Volane, which is in Latvia. And I'm on this track because this is where I shot a short video with a bunch of young people last summer. And that leads me into my favorite Tuataria moment, the making of the Hank video. I don't have a lot of moments to choose from, but from those that I have, I would say that's my most favorite, or let's put it this way, the biggest Tuataria moment. It was crazy. Most of it is a blur right now, like I couldn't get into many specifics about it, but I really enjoyed it. I myself, let's say, put myself really into it near the end of it and into the editing process. This was past night in my local town. It was getting bright outside, so I spent my whole morning after a sleepless night editing the final video. But yeah, it was fun, it was crazy, I really enjoyed it, and I hope we get to make more videos together. So that was my favorite Tuataria moment, the FTBA.
In every online community I've been a part of, large and small, I've realized that there are differences in contributions you can make intentionally, and then there are ones that you make in the community when you fail at something in a good way to show that you're human, but everybody learns. So in Tuataria early on, we were testing out the voice channel, and it just so happened that I was using a brand new microphone in the voice channel, and I happened to be dropping in and out a lot. So my sentences were not coherent, they made no sense. If you look in the dictionary of terms of Tuataria, you will see that matting is a term, and that of course is named after me, because I made that mistake very early on. So it's taught me that in a community of people, it's okay to be yourself and make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. And sometimes that just happens early on, and it happens organically. And I've learned to appreciate both the contributions I made intentionally, like my Zay Frank voice, or the contributions that have happened in the community, because I was just there to grow with that community. That's my favorite moment in Tuataria, because every time somebody comes in and it still persists, they learn of the early group of people that came to form the community early on, and the experiments that we had, that we weren't afraid to try new things, to try the voice channel, to grow the different games that we have, and the projects that we will continue to from this point forward. That's my favorite moment in Tuataria, because I feel like that's sort of the legacy that I've seeded. Being able to not be afraid of failure and to learn from it.
There have been so many fantastic nights on Tuataria. However, one of my favorite moments from the Discord was all of NerdCon. NerdCon was an IRL event, but in all honesty, I was still so connected with the Discord while I was there. Not only did I get to meet some of the fantastic people on the Discord, it was just pure bananas how much happened. From Rosiana giving us a koala shout out, me, every koala, to hashtag get John at Tuataria, to live streaming the concerts and closing ceremonies for those who couldn't actually be at NerdCon. It was such an honor and a privilege to be a part of all of this. Being a part of the Discord while at NerdCon really gave me a sense of what 2007 Tuataria would have been like. I am so grateful for all of you for this crazy, wonderful, magical ride that we are all on together. I don't have the words to express how much this place means to me and how I hope we can continue to build and evolve and grow and be a stronger and more engaged and wonderful community. Regardless if you're my secret sibling or we only had one conversation ever. Although if you're not my secret sibling and you want to be, you should totally hit me up. I'm always accepting secret siblings. I hope that all of you know how much I care for all of you. Okay, that's all for now. Bye! I am Koala!
Hey Tuataria, it's Meg here. So I wanted to tell you about one of my favorite nights on the Discord. So one night in Voice, I suggested for everyone to play Google Quick Draw. Now if you don't know what this is, basically you have 20 seconds to draw a given prompt and an AI is trying to guess what you're drawing. So something I should say is I am not an artist at all, so nothing good was really going to come out of this. Thus, this is the story of how Preggaroo was born. So we were all playing Google Quick Draw and sharing how well or not well we did, and I get to a round where I had to draw a kangaroo. So I started drawing, and it just ended up to be a series of mistakes with a very awkward head and somehow hump being formed, a very, very large pouch, and I decided to try and add a Joey to make it make more sense, and then my 20 seconds ended. So obviously Google did not guess what I drew, so I then just decided to share my drawing inside the chat. So the comment I added with my drawing is, I don't know what I drew, but it is definitely not a kangaroo. And so people started commenting saying it looked like a very pregnant kangaroo. So therefore, Preggaroo. So Preggaroo is very interesting and was definitely a series of mistakes that has now become a thing. So that was one of my favorite nights, and don't forget to be awesome.
Hey, my name is Andrew. Most of you know me here as Bones. I've had several moments I've enjoyed as part of this community. I've done open mics, I've started a creative writing class, well, sort of, designed a flag, written puzzles, and probably not even really been the slightest amount of help on Clues Day hunts. But I want to talk briefly about my first Discord moments when Guster introduced me to everyone, and there were a dozen people all greeting me at once on Voice. And y'all, I think it was Matt and Ro and Tim and Enchilada, but I'm old and I forget. Anyway, y'all spent a solid 15 or 20 minutes trying to figure out what to call me, eventually settling on some version of Prime Spouse as my fake honorific. And it was like I was a new baby, sort of, born into this world, and you were naming me as a community, and by naming me, you were bringing me into your universe and including me and connecting me to what was in, about a month worth of history. And this kind of behavior is exactly and perfectly indicative of the kind of place Tuataria is at its best. Everyone has their own little groups and friends, sure, but Tuataria as a whole practices radical inclusivity and a radical hospitality. And even though my actual age is much closer to 40 than it is to 20, y'all included me and named me and called me one of your own, and you did it from my very first moments here.